Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Sinister, Team RG. You already know, rise and grind. Hope everybody feeling good, feeling great, feeling blessed, working hard to be successful. Alright, y'all, let me tell y'all what's going on. As y'all can see behind me where I'm at, I'm back in the hotel again. So, on the Keys to Success, episode 2, I was talking about heading to Seattle. It was a 2,356 mile trip. It had an additional stop on it. So I go grab the load. So what happened was, episode 3 of the Keys to Success, I was talking about setting yourself up to be the first one loaded. So I got there. I was the first one loaded. I was the only one there. I got loaded. I had to wait for the, who was it? The guy that come from agriculture, because it was a meat load. And he had to approve some things before I can leave the facility. So anyway, so boom, I got loaded. Went down the street to go scale it back at the truck stop. Now, remember, I was only 3 miles away from the shipper. So, you know, I was able to get down there, go grab the load, got the load, scaled the load out back then. And, you know, I did a walk around because, like, when I always do a tug test, and something wasn't right when I did the tug test. So I'm like, all right. You know, I get out, I'm like, yo, let me go check the distance between my trailer brakes and the brake drum. I get up under the trailer, and I got my push rod was broken. And the push rod wasn't broken. The screw with the push rod that connects to the slack adjuster was missing. So I got a video where that video was gonna come out right after this video. So I had to call Breakdown. Breakdown had to get somebody to come to me. So my clock was running. So I'm like, man, I was already, my weight was good. I ain't had to slide no tandem, no nut. Everything was right on point. So I'm sitting there waiting there like, all right, ETA is like 90 minutes. So I'm like, all right. So in the meanwhile, I'm sitting in the truck and stuff like that. And I'm like, all right. You know, I went and got some coffee. Excuse me, y'all. So I went and got some coffee, and they came, they took the slack adjuster off, had to go get a new one, so they had to come back. So they came back, got that one. So boom, I started my day late. You know, by the time I really got moving, it was already late. It was probably like 12 o'clock Central Time. So I'm like, man, this is going to be a late shutdown. So anyway, I'm running. Boom. I get up on 30, I think it was 35. I was going northbound on 35. Then I got to like the 135, because the 135 was going to take me to I-70, which was going to take me westbound towards Colorado and all that. So, man, as soon as I get off that 135 and I came around that loop and I was in Kansas, the triangle on my dashboard comes back on. So I'm like, oh man, because earlier that day my check engine light came on. So I'm like, all right, I ain't going to worry about it. Then I get on 70. As soon as I get on 70, I'm heading westbound. My triangle comes on, which lets me know there's a fault code in the system. So I'm like, oh man. So I start running. The next thing I started looking at, what I looked on my dashboard, I had this warn engine message. So now, last time, as y'all know, like, my truck has been in the shop 3 times already. So this is the 4th time the dark horse is going to the shop. So anyway, the warn engine message comes on my dash. So now I know when that warn engine message come on, sooner or later my truck is going to die on me, and I ain't going to have no pedal in the, no power in the pedal. You know, the truck will keep rolling because of the momentum and then I have to get it off from the shoulder, turn it off, then crank it back up. So I'm in my Ram McNally. I'm looking for a rest area or a truck stop. So the closest truck stop was like 74 miles away. I'm like, man, I'm not gonna make that. I'm like, let me check rest area. There was a rest area 48 miles away. I was like, all right, that's where we going. I got there, and I called breakdown. I let them know what was going on. Oh, I'm sorry, yo. I was up late editing video. So anyway, I shut down at the rest area. I told breakdown, I'm gonna stay here at the rest area, and I'm gonna leave in the morning. So they was like, all right, well, where you at, there ain't no service, nobody out there to come service you. So when you get up tomorrow, go back, go to the Kansas City yard and have them look at it. So I got up the next morning, went up to the next exit, you know, make a left, and head back east. So I got to the Kansas City night yard, and I got in the shop the same day. They looked at it, they hooked up the machine to the GoPro, to my ProStar, pulled up the fault code, and I was like, man, it was like, oh, one of your cylinders is not spraying fuel in the chamber. So I'm like, man, something about a solenoid, which tells the fuel injector when to spray the fuel. It malfunctioned in chamber 4. So now, that's the reason I'm sitting in the hotel. So the bad news is I lost the trip. I had to give the trip to somebody else. I forgot what driver it was. It was another Memphis driver, but he had a student with him. So 2,356 mile trip, gone. Town the drain. You know, I had to give it up. It happens. But everything happens for a reason, though. So let me explain why. Now, the keys to success. This is episode 4, the keys to success. Making the best of a worse situation. I speak to one of my other partners that's here on the dark side riding with me on the reefer side. He's out that way. So he like, yo, Sin, man, I've been sitting because I'm sitting between 2 storms. So there's 2 storms right now over there heading towards Wyoming and Oregon and Seattle. So I would have probably been in a situation where I'd have probably had to chain up. Now, chaining up, I never learned chaining up yet. I haven't chained up. I haven't had the lesson on doing chains. And I don't want to bust my bag of chains open, because then once you bust that bag open, it starts spilling out like spaghetti. You know what I mean? So my trainer always told me, if you got to chain up, you might as well shut down. It ain't worth your life. And night don't force you to drive in those type of conditions anyway. So, alright, so anyway, I get out of the shop. They was like, alright, well, your truck is not going to be able to go to International until Monday, so you can stay in your truck. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I was in my truck working on the videos that y'all see I got put out the last few days ago, maybe a day ago. So I did that. You know, I watched some football. I got to just, I chilled, you know. Now, making the best of making the best of a bad situation. So, God didn't want me to go that way. Because who knows, I'm trying to get home for the 23rd, for Christmas and New Year's, to be with my family. I could have probably went that way and got stuck. Or it could have been worse, you know? So, yes, I was mad. Yes, I was frustrated. Regardless, I'm always motivated and I'm always positive. I was frustrated because before that, you know, I had the load from Jersey. I sat on that for 2 days. Really ain't come off with the money. So, I had to take that load and drop it at a drop yard. Then I got 3 loads put on me right behind that load. the shipper made me late on taking the load from Florida to the Atlanta terminal to relay it to another driver. So I'm like, oh man. So the other driver wanted to leave by 3 in the morning. I ain't get there till 5 in the morning. Because one, I was sitting on the phone waiting for after hours to pick up because I needed fuel. Two, my card was off. My fuel card was off, so I couldn't get no fuel. Then waiting on the shipper to get the product together. Then I had to take a 30-minute break because it was 481 miles out. So I had to do, excuse me, y'all. I had to do a 30-minute break in route going to Atlanta. So now the next morning I had a 7:30 appointment. I didn't get to the terminal till 5 o'clock, like 5 o'clock, 5:15, 5:30. So I look on my DOT clock, I got 2 hours remaining. There wasn't no way I was going to go get the next trip. So that one trip messed up my other 2 trips. So I ended up sitting in Atlanta for 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. I didn't get a load until Monday. So sometimes when you got a game plan and you're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to run, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that, something happens. So, yeah, you know, it'll frustrate anybody. You'll be, you know, it'll frustrate you. But at the end of the day, you got to make the best of a worse situation. You know, you got to understand, breakdowns happen in this game. You know, appointment times is not going to always be met because sometimes it's not even you or the DM or the planner. Sometimes it's the shipper. And then sometimes it is the DM and sometimes it is the planner. Or sometimes it's all three, the planner, the DM, and the shipper. And then sometimes you might get all 4 scenarios. The planner, the DM, the shipper, the truck. So I'm like, all right. So I get a load. I leave out of Atlanta, go get a load, run it over to Arkansas, and that's when y'all saw me do the Keys to Success episode 2. So I lost that load, y'all. I know a lot of y'all wanted to know what was going on with that load. So, like I said, for a lot of y'all that's coming tonight, once you get off that 30,000 mile Squire probation and you actually getting the 38 cents without per diem, plus the additional stop, plus, let's just say I would have got there. All right, I'm going to just give you the amount you lost. For you new drivers that would have been on regular pay without per diem coming out, you would have made $910.28. Now, if you would have got that load there on Sunday, because the load's supposed to deliver today, actually, which is, I believe, the 12th. Yep, today the load's supposed to be there. So, if I would have got it there Sunday, or if you would have got it there Sunday and they wasn't open, you would have got $75 layover pay. $75 layover pay, which you would have made $985.28 on that trip. So now, I don't had to give up that trip because I couldn't go that way because I had to get my truck in the shop. So, and I wasn't going to gamble going all the way to Seattle for my truck to break down, then be stuck out there and miss Christmas dinner with my family, you know, and hang out with my sister and my brother and you know, my nieces and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? I was mad about it. I was frustrated about my truck. Keep having this issue. But you know what? These are the things that these are these things is happening because I do plan on getting my truck. That was my plan. So everything seemed to be happening now. Like this, like God knows what's in your heart. God knows what I want. God knows where I want to go with my trucking career. So it's like everything is happening for a reason. Now, here's the bad thing. This quarter, let me see. I'm going to tell you right now. This quarter, October, November, and some of December, I'm going to tell you, it's been so bad for me. Here's what my numbers are. 12,410 miles in the last 2 months and 2 weeks. That's how much I've been down. So I was going to put my vacation pay in, my paid vacation in for the 23rd because I'm going home. So they take the first 3 weeks before the week you put it in, and then add that up, and that's what your paid vacation pay would be. But since I'm down again, I'm here in the hotel, I ain't running, you know, I get breakdown pay. I believe that's $75 a day. So I'm hoping International here in Kansas, Missouri don't take forever just to let me turn my phone down. Take forever to take the upper case off the engine to get to the fuel injectors, because what Kansas City is telling me is, once they replace one fuel injector, they replace them more. So I'm like, okay, that's a good thing then. You know, that's a good thing. So this is getting done under, why this truck is still under warranty and why this truck is still a Knight's kit. You know, so as y'all know, I'm driving a ProStar. I've been had the Dark Horse from Knight, when Knight bought this truck brand new for me, because Memphis didn't have no ProStars when I got hired. And I'm like, man, I want no VOLVO. So they was like, all right, let me see what we can do. So they went and they ordered a brand new ProStar. I had to drive a sold ProStar to Phoenix and get the keys to get my truck I'm driving now. So that's the situation. So I'm here in a hotel and I'm making the best of it. You know, I did all my Christmas shopping and I got what I needed. It's still some things that I wanted to get, but now things is tight. So I gotta tap emergency money, and that's why I always tell y'all, put up that emergency money, because you never know when you're gonna have to tap it. And right now is the time that I gotta tap it. And my sister always told me, you know, yeah, you down, but just be grateful that you got that emergency money that you can touch. Because I could not have no emergency money and be popped. Then I'd really be frustrated. So when you get out here and you running and you got those months you making good money, you better stack. You better put money away, because breakdowns happen. It ain't a matter of how, it's a matter of when. When that breakdown gonna come, and you have to be ready for that. So, but that's what's happening with that trip. I just wanted to come give y'all an update on that. This is the keys to success. Where are my keys at? Let me jingle them. The keys to success. Episode 4, making the best of a worse situation. So, keep these keys of success in your mind when you're coming into this game. And I will be dropping more episodes to the keys to success. Mr.Sinnizter, the trucker, keys to success. Shout out to my brother Jeff. You already know. Keys to success taking off. But this your boy Sinnizter. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up the video. Be sure to subscribe, because next year I'm going to be giving away those gift cards. So you better get on so you can have a chance to win the gift cards. I think I'm going to do the Amazon gift cards. You know, I think that's what I'm going to do. If you would like to donate, because I'm working towards getting some better camera equipment, I got the PayPal down below. I believe it's www.paypal.me, which is me/Mr.Sinnizter the Trucker. And if you like to donate, you can donate. If you don't want to donate, no big deal. I still got love for you. It ain't no, it ain't, oh, you have to. If you like to, feel free to donate whatever you feel in your heart. And I'm working towards trying to get, instead of doing 1080p videos, I'm working to get that 4K camera so I could bring you 4K futuristic Team RG, Mr.Sinnizter the Trucker, super high definition videos. So shout out to all my boys, all my Oakland Raider brothers and my Oakland Raider sisters out there around the world, Raider Nation, everywhere we go. I'm here in Kansas and enemy territory. OAK out. For real. Big shout out to my boy Golden State Raider. Check him out on YouTube. He was at an Oakland Raiders game, tailgate. Shout out to all them Raider fans out there. Shout out to the Raiders. Keep doing your thing. Proud of y'all dudes. Stay hungry. Stay grinding. Keep working hard. Hit that gym. For real. And like Al Davis always told us, just win, baby. Because you know why? We are committed to excellence. This your boy Sinnizter. I'll holla at y'all on the next video. Peace out.